Today I'm showing you 10 iPhone apps that I actually use on a regular basis. No gimmicks, no download once and delete apps. Every app here earned a spot on my phone because it makes something easier, faster, or less annoying. So grab your iPhone and let's get into it. Hey, what is up guys? I'm Lorenzo. Welcome back to the channel. First up, Final Cut Camera. If you shoot video on your iPhone at all, this app is a must. Apple made it as a companion to Final Cut Pro, but you don't need to be a pro to use it. You get way more control than the default camera app without it feeling complicated. The biggest feature, ProRes recording for really high quality footage. You also get manual controls like shutter speed, exposure, and white balance. One thing I really like, files stay inside the app so your photos library doesn't get flooded. It's not perfect, you can't adjust audio levels, and it doesn't support macro mode or the 48mm lens. But for a free app, this is still one of the best video tools on iPhone. Next is 2 Stories. If you post to Instagram a lot, this saves a ton of time. You can share photos, videos, YouTube links, and even tweets directly to stories in just a few taps. It's way faster than Instagram's normal flow. One feature I use constantly is the automatic collage. Pick a few photos and it instantly lays them out clean and professional. It's also great for promoting YouTube videos because it generates a preview with the thumbnail, title, and channel name. The only downside, combining links and images isn't super intuitive. Still, if you post regularly, this app is absolutely worth it. Next up is Unfold. This is one of my go-to apps for clean Instagram stories and posts. The templates are minimal, polished, and not over-designed. Drop in your content, make a few tweaks, and you're done. There's also a feed planner that lets you preview your Instagram grid before you post. Some templates are paid, and exporting can occasionally glitch. But even the free features alone make this a solid app. If you travel even a few times a year, you need this app. It's called Flighty. It tracks delays, gate changes, aircraft swaps, and often predicts delays before the airline announces them. It pulls in aviation data and gives you more info than most airline apps do. If you have a connection, it can even notify you while you're still in the air. The free version is great, and if you travel often, the paid version is actually worth it. This next app is perfect if you struggle with mindless scrolling or ADHD. It's called 1 Sec. It adds a short pause before opening apps like TikTok or Instagram, and that's it. But that 1 second is often enough to stop and think, do I actually want to open this? Sometimes you still do, and that's fine, but a lot of the time, you actually don't. It also tracks how often you stop yourself, which is surprisingly motivating. This app generally changed how often I open social apps without thinking. Next is Widgy. If you like customizing your home screen, this one is great. You can fully design widgets with custom fonts, colors, layouts, and data sources. You can even combine calendar events, weather, and battery info into a single widget. There is a learning curve though, but there's also a huge community sharing designs, so you don't have to start from scratch. Raindrop is how I manage bookmarks, by the way. I use both Mac and Windows machine, so the browser bookmarks don't actually work for me. Raindrop keeps everything synced across iOS, macOS, Windows, and browsers. You can organize folders, use tags, and quickly search for anything later. If you save articles, tools, or research links, this app just quietly does its job. Next app is Video Summarizer for YouTube. If you watch a lot of tutorials or educational content, this saves you serious time. Paste in a YouTube link and it generates a summary of the main points. You can also ask follow-up questions about specific parts of the video. It only works with YouTube though, but if that's where you learn, then this is extremely useful. All right, last up, 9th and 10th app is the Apple Reminders and the Calendar in your iPhone. I don't replace these with third-party apps. Apple actually made them really good, especially the latest iOS version, if you use them properly, of course. My rule is simple. Calendar is for things that must happen at a specific time, while reminders are for things that just need to get done. Now that scheduled reminders show up in Calendar, everything stays in one place. Tasks, events, and deadlines without any extra apps. This is the system I stuck with. And that's it. 10 iPhone apps that make iPhone better in 2026. Let me know in the comments down below which one you're most interested in trying, and if there's an app you think I should check out next. If you found this helpful, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.